Good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode 14 of Monday Evening with Alex and Luke. My name's Luke Vijan.
I'm Alex Sabine.
And this is our weekly show documenting our social media controlled travels through every state, province, and territory in Canada and the U.S., Upper North America. This week, we're at the side of a road, somewhere in Colorado near
Great Sand Dunes National Park because a few of you told us we had to go there.
And we saw teepees on the side of the road as we were driving, and we slept in one last night. But it was a very, very long drive from Kansas City to here.
It was a long week. I actually started this week in Kansas City.
And what I didn't know is that Kansas City exists both in Kansas and Missouri, so we went to Missouri accidentally.
Yeah, apparently all the good stuff in Kansas City is on the Missouri side.
And I'd agree. You'll hear more about that later. From Kansas City, Missouri, we drove to...
Hoxie.
And then from there we drove to...
Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
And then Estes Park, Colorado.
Uh-huh.
And here we are outside of Great Dunes National Park somewhere.
Yeah, kind of just south of Salida. 30 minutes south of Salida, Colorado. More time.
Our favorite city this week is Kansas City.
And we're not statist here at alexandluke.com. We're talking Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas.
All of it, both sides.
That's our favorite city, Kansas City. Great buildings, great old buildings. Had you asked me before the trip if I would have liked Kansas City or to draw you out what Kansas City looked like, I probably would have drawn... I don't know.
I would have had no idea.
Yeah.
I would actually consider living there if I was an American.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
I think it would be a nice place to live.
There was amazing restaurants, some really cool sites. We'll talk about one specifically in a sec.
Yeah.
And the hotel deals were outrageous.
So good.
So we saved a ton of cash. Our favorite sleep this week was at the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado.
I've never stayed somewhere quite like that.
No, it was beautiful. I had no idea it existed. Someone on Twitter, Jason's Travels, recommended it to us. We sent them an email, and 12 hours later, we were at the hotel.
Yeah, if you don't know anything about the Stanley, it's where Stephen King was given inspiration for the film The Shining.
And where the Shining miniseries was filmed, because Stephen King was so outraged by...
the way Stanley Kubrick didn't use the hotel in the actual movie.
Exactly. Extremely haunted hotel. It seems as though we unintentionally stalk ghost hunters everywhere we go. We took a ghost tour. It was amazing. That whole hotel, the package, was unbelievable.
It was so... I've never seen anything like driving up to that hotel. It was just, and the people are so passionate who work there. It's a great place to stay.
Stanley Hotel, hands down favorite sleep of the week.
I'll never forget it. So that brings us to our favorite meal, which, surprise, surprise, was at the Stanley Hotel.
They have a restaurant called the Cascades.
It was actually used in the film Dumb and Dumber when he's waiting for Miss Hunter in the bar. That's her name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she was a raging alcoholic.
And they had really good food. We had buffalo steaks that were out of this world.
It was the first time I ever had buffalo steak.
It was probably this big, and we ate all of it.
Yes.
And then we had dessert. Oh, so good.
That was by far the best
the
restaurant of the week.
Yeah.
Although I did have amazing breakfast the next day at a restaurant in Estes Park called the Egg and I. But Cascades Restaurant, favorite meal of the week. Estes Park, great place. Not as good as Kansas City. Our favorite attraction this week occurred in Kansas City, unintentionally the Missouri side.
It was the River Market Antique Mall, and it was 4 stories of antique and vintage heaven.
So if you're not like a huge antique person like me, it's still really, really cool. There's old postcards and old pictures and old everything.
It's amazing. It was recommended by Brooke Raymond.
And if you ever need to buy things...
for your home, like, get furniture there. There's so much.
And
there's
it's really well
so much
priced.
character.
And they're not paying us to tell you this. Go to River
Market
Antique Mall,
Kansas City,
Missouri.
Our favorite moment this week was actually an extended series of moments as we drove from Kansas City to Colorado.
So we got off the main highway at the Lucas exit and took these back roads from Lucas all the way to Colby. We stopped in Hoxie for a sleep, or Hoxie, but that drive is the most beautiful drive I've been on in my entire life.
I'm telling you right now, I had no idea that there was such picturesque farmland in existence, untouched, rolling hills, green rolling hills, and blue sky, and dotted with cows, and it was so beautiful.
You're talking to people that are like drive professionally, basically, and that's our favorite drive of the whole trip.
Kansas, you are killing it with your picturesque farmland.
Don't smarten up Kansas and make people go to you. We're gonna be
like, why don't people go? Is it the tornadoes?
I don't
They're
know.
idiots.
Kansas is so good.
It's like a storybook. Go.
Song of the week this week is actually kind of funny. We get a lot of mix CDs made for us, which is really cool, but we often don't know the track names. So we're going to say track 1 of The Tallest Man on Earth CD. We'll play it.
And the CD was burned for us by a guy named Will, who we stayed with in Antigonish.
So, really good CD, we listen to it all the time, and song 1's great. If Alex could pick one album to sing at a campfire, this would be the album that she'd sing. True story.
And the thing we learned this week is that if you sleep in a teepee during a thunderstorm and it's raining really hard, and there's a hole in the top of the teepee, you still won't get wet.
True story. That's
Episode
14 of
Monday
Evening
with
Alex
and
Luke.
Thanks
For
watching.
now.
See you
Later.
Bye.
That was 2 words you did.
I know.
alexandluke.com